How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today we're working on my Porsche 944 Turbo, which is sort of a barn find. We're working on it today because I'm getting rid of it. So for those of you not up to date with the cars I have and the projects I have, then I suggest you watch the video in the link in the description below. But this is my 1987 Porsche 944 Turbo, and it has seen some better days. But today is going to be a good day for this car because I'm going to get her started, and I'm having a prospective buyer come and look at it. But before the buyer comes, I want to make sure that this car is in running shape, and I actually haven't turned it on in quite a while. So we are going to, where's the hood prop? Okay, it should be right here. Let's see. Okay, what's that? Fun fact, when you live in Florida and you have a car outside, mice get into it. Yeah, isn't that great? That is just awesome. So this thing that is completely chewed through is the crank position sensor. I'm gonna need that to run the car. So, huzzah! I have found a new crank position sensor, and this should clear up all the issues. Well, I don't know if the mouse ate anything else. It doesn't look like it. It looks like just nibbled on this. But take a look at this. This is a Bosch sensor. Here is the part number. It is 0261210002. And this is for the 944. I believe the 924 also had a similar crank sensor. And the sensor itself has a long wire attached to it, and it just goes into a 3-pronged clip here. All right, so let me show you what I'm dealing with here. If you look all the way down there, this wire leads down to one sensor with a bolt in it, and there's actually 2 crank position sensors. So I have to get to, I believe it's an 8 or a 10 millimeter right down there. So it shouldn't be that hard. All I have to do is use a really long extension, and hopefully I should be able to get this out. If not, I can use some persuasion with this. All right, that only took way too long. So here is the offending article. These were actually changed by me when I first got the car, because I thought that since this car wasn't starting, it was a crank position problem. It ended up being an ECU problem, and I replaced the ECU. So that has a nice warranty. This unfortunately did not. You can't even see it on the camera. But we're just gonna replace that broken piece with this. This is an OEM Bosch piece, and I think the old one was an OEM. It was just some aftermarket thing. So as most installs go, installation is reverse removal. We're gonna put this in, and then hopefully she can start up. All right, new crank position sensor is in there. I did see some more damage. You see these are vacuum lines, and that has just been chewed through, and that has been chewed through a little bit, but that should be okay. Vacuum lines I'll replace. This is also broken. So we'll probably have a vacuum leak if this car starts. Hopefully this car starts. And the battery's definitely dead, so I got my little battery jump box here. Instead of tending the battery, which actually should be in decent shape, this was a remanufactured battery, I am just going to send it. Oh, crap. And it's gone. Yeah, we got rid of it yesterday, and there was a lot of stuff that happened off camera, so you guys wouldn't be able to see it because it was way too dark. I have no light back here. But yeah, the 944 is gone. But it's not gonna be the last time you see the car in this episode, because the owner, well, the new owner, actually forgot something very, very important, and that's this. He forgot the key. Apparently when we were loading it, it fell out of his pocket or something and ended up on my driveway. I found it basically in the middle of the night, so I'm gonna get this back to him. But in addition, I'm also gonna get some things that he couldn't fit in his car, and those are the things that I bought a long, long time ago to get this Porsche back to its running, driving status. And if you take a look, this is where car parts go to die. Or at least it's deep storage or whatever. Don't judge me. This is a complete front clip from an 87 944 turbo, just like the one I had, except this doesn't have any damage on it at all. It was just cut off at the firewall, and I was going to use this to graft on to my Porsche. So I keep on calling it a Porsche. It's really Porsche because Porsche is when it's a turbo. Porsche is when it's not. So the idea was that I was gonna drill out all these spot welds right here and basically take off the sheet metal for the fender liner here, because that was all crunched in, and also this tray, and then just graft it onto my frame rail, but that never ended up happening. I also have a bumper somewhere back there. You can see my S2000 seats, and I actually have a new SL55 bumper in there. It's, God, I need to get it together, Freddie. But anyway, we gotta get our swole on and get this heavy part in my parts delivery vehicle, also known as the dually. Actually, before we do that, look what I found. This is a piece of Tavarish nostalgia. This is a valve cover, well, engine cover from my 3.5 swap Nissan Maxima. It's my very first car. And when I did the engine swap, I went to a meet and kind of just showed it to everybody. It was like a preliminary Cars and Coffee, and I had everybody from the forums sign it. So it's pretty cool. I thought it was, you know, it's sort of a keepsake. Even though I don't have the car, I kept this just because I thought it was really interesting. I can't believe that it was just thrown over here. What's actually really interesting is the amount of Maxima puns that people had in their screen names. So you have Max C97, M&R Max, you have Core Max 97, you have TJ Maxx, which is just a store. Actually, this guy's pretty cool. NY Max 96, Max 4U, Max Rider, SMX. Well, that's not a Max, but whatever. Yeah, people were really into their Maximas. Yeah, so was I. Okay, getting cloudy. Let's get going. Ow! Damn, my knee. I absolutely love this truck. The experience that you have behind the wheel, and you have so much weight behind you can tow, and it's so utilitarian, and it makes so much sense, and it's fun to drive. I should probably do more with this truck. I should probably do more on trucks in general. But for those of you who need a truck fix right now, you can actually go check out the Truck Central channel. One of my friends, one of my good friends, Jeff Glucker, he actually does a show on there called Test Drive Tuesday, and he goes over all really cool truck stuff. So go check that out in the link in the description below. Again, it's not a sponsor or anything. He's just a friend, and I thought he could use a good shout out, and maybe you guys will like it because I definitely do. Here's a feature I bet you've never seen in a car before. Check engine light goes on, check engine light goes off. So as it turns out, I sold my Porsche 944 to a shop that deals with only German cars, and they have really awesome cars in the driveway. Check this out. So we have a 944 right here, got a 924 and another 924 over there. My old 944 is somewhere over there. You can probably see it. These things are pretty cool. I was never really into these, except for the turbo versions. The turbo versions had this funky hood scoop, and they're pretty rare. I like these. I like that these were basically Volkswagen engines but badged as Porsche, but they're really funky, quirky cars, and they look pretty cool too. The 944 basically having the same body as a 924, except that it had these big flared fender arches. Right here, you can see the difference. It's basically like a wide body 924 with an actual Porsche engine. But these wheels are also pretty cool. And check out that spacer. That is just crazy brolic. Well, my old car, it's not mine anymore. I've had it for years, is over here. And what's interesting is the fact that they managed to get it off the dolly and into a parking space without the keys. So the wheel was just sort of, yeah, wheel was just locked in place. Yeah, there we go. No bad days. This thing has had only bad days, but it's gonna have a lot of good days ahead of it. Okay, onto AGM. Look at this thing. I believe this one is a turbo. You can see by the scoops. You guys will let me know in the comments if I'm correct or not. But this thing, if it is a turbo, very, very, very rare. Even rarer with the flat tire option. Actually came with a flat tire from the factory. Let's look in this shop. All these Porsches. Take a look at that, the 968 Cabrio. These are crazy rare. This is basically like a 944 with a drop top and also a 3-liter or 2.7 liter 4-cylinder. I can't remember what it is. I'm not really too big of a Porsche guy. We have the Porsche Cayman up there. That thing looks amazing. And we got some BMWs and Mercedes because they always live in shops. All right, so here is the guy that bought my 944 Turbo, the lucky guy, Alex from AGM. And he will be restoring it and or modifying it and doing something, I don't know, something really cool because this shop is freaking awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Probably bring back to life. The only thing that we will maybe consider is maybe going with the Carrera GT conversion.
Oh yeah, oh dude, that's gonna look great.
But we'll see how as it goes. But it's definitely gonna go through the knife and get everything the way it should be.
Sure. Question: is this a 924 turbo?
924 turbo, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So don't these usually have a hood scoop right here?
Yeah, the hood is not original.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that is not original. The guy never had the hood for it, but everything else it's original. Everything is there.
So that's what a 924 turbo looks like. So there's no intercooler. I love on these early 80s cars, they never had intercoolers. They always had like super low pressure. It's like 5 PSI or something. Yeah.
Turbo.
So this was the air filter housing, and then
air filter housing, the L-Jetronic or K-Jetronic at this time.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it was back in the days. I'm sure you've seen these in the other ones. This one,
yeah.
This one is a K-Jetronic with the fuel distributor and all the stuff.
So this is the fuel. This is basically a really rudimentary fuel fuel injector.
That's your, so to speak, throttle body, but just for the fuel. That's a plunger, and from there it just that's what tells you how much air is going through it, and then these puts how much fuel has to go through it. That's
insane. So this, and then that goes into the turbo is down here.
Yeah, the turbo is towards the back, down there.
What's interesting is that the exhaust is actually on that side. Is it? No.
The turbo is on this side right there.
Yeah. No, on the 944, the turbo does this weird like 180. Yeah. But then it just goes no intercooler, nothing like that. Just goes straight into the intake. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Ambiental, what do you call it? The ambient pressure turbo, something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's no intercooler on it.
Wow, that's this is awesome. I mean, good luck fixing this. And
this 2-liter. This is the Audi derivated engine back in the early model 924.
Yeah. So this isn't the van engine, the Volkswagen van engine.
No, not for the turbo. Not for the turbo.
So it's pretty cool. This is a little rare item you got here. I might have to look out for one of these. These are pretty awesome.
I was very stoked when I actually found it, and actually this car was on the truck, on the transporter, on his way to the junkyard. I actually stopped the guy and I had the guy to put it down.
Oh yeah, of course, that happens.
This thing was on its way to his deadbed. So
if you ever see a car like this on the truck to a junkyard, you stop. You stop that guy and you tell him to pull over and give you that car. All right, I got Alex to show me the 968. This is huge. This is a 3-liter 4-cylinder. I've never seen one that big, unless it's like military grade or something. There's a Vario cam system. So this
has like 52,000 miles, original miles or something.
Yeah, it looks like it. Did you know that my 944 had 47,000? It didn't look like this though. It didn't.
Well, who's 944?
Yours now.
Thank you.
Yours now. My old, you know what? I'm just gonna cry. Yeah. Dude, this thing looks awesome. I mean, this is a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, and they make a decent amount of power. It's like 200 something, isn't it?
They're up there. They're in the 3-liter. Yeah, they're up there.
Wow. Yeah, I've always wanted to get one. They were always kind of funky. They looked like halfway between a 944 and a 911. They had this this weird swooping line, but it had the wide body in the back. Really, really funky looking car. And the interior is very, very clean. This is 100% 944. That's just Porsche just went, whatever. We'll just give them whatever. What are they doing out there? lift is racing the.
They have a lift racing the BMW 3 Series.
The lift runs it.
Well, if the lift is like, if it's electric, then it's basically like a Tesla, and it has that low end torque.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, it was a little bit of a short video today, but I hope you guys liked it nevertheless. We got the Porsche 944 sold, and it gives me a little bit more room and a little bit more money to play with my other projects. Now, I still need to get rid of the S-Class, and I still need to get rid of the MR2 when I'm done with those. But yeah, hopefully those shouldn't take too long, because this year is all about finishing projects. But tomorrow, I'm gonna show you, well, I got rid of another car, and this one is actually pretty major, so yeah, I'm not feeling too good about it, but you guys will see in tomorrow's video. Big shout out to AGM, All German Motor Works. You guys should check them out if you're in the Central Florida area and you want to work on your, well, you want them to work on your German car, Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, Porsche, everything. They're really good at what they do. They have a lot of sort of high-class clientele. That 968 was really nice. So everything for them will be in the link in the description below. But until next time, this is me telling you that on Porsche 944s that you can't see over there, and I'm really sort of sad that I didn't get to restore it, on cars like that, you guys need to wrench every day. Oh crap! New shirt!